This is a short video tutorial on how to install concrete5 via the MAMP application, and also how to install a database to get everything going. Alright, so to begin with, I need to launch MAMP. I have MAMP downloaded and installed on my computer, so I have it showing up in my dock as well. But if you don't, you're going to have to go into your applications directory and then find MAMP from there. Alright, so I'm just going to click on MAMP and start the server. It's going to prompt me for my password. I put in my password and then MAMP launches. Alright, so next I also need concrete5. So to get concrete5, I'm going to have to go to the concrete5 website and then hit the download button. The latest version of concrete5 is 5.7.5.2. I'm not going to do that right now because I've already downloaded concrete5 and it is on my desktop. Alright, so to install concrete5 doesn't install like a typical DMG package or an application file. You have to actually put it in a folder known as the htdocs of the MAMP directory, and then MAMP will be able to serve as a platform to help you install it. Alright, so I'm just going to copy this from my desktop, and then I'm going to find my htdocs directory. So you can go to applications, you can go to MAMP, and htdocs will be right there. What I typically do is that I like to drag that htdocs folder right into my sidebar so that I can easily access it whenever I need. So opening up the htdocs directory, I paste my concrete5 folder in there. So this is the entire folder, not the contents of the folder, but the entire folder should be in your htdocs. And then next thing, I can rename it to, I'm just going to call this sound of music. I'm just going to use one word. Alright, so that is the name of my website at this point. Alright, so this essentially, you can call it whatever you want, but then you need a way to identify one website from the other, especially when you have so many projects ongoing. Alright, so next, how do we install concrete5 itself? So going back to my MAMP interface, MAMP, as you all know, is simulating a local server environment. Alright, so that's what MAMP is used for. I'm just going to go to Tools, go to phpMyAdmin, and then I need to install a database. Alright, concrete5 needs a database to work because concrete5 runs certain queries and tables. That's it always needs to request those tables from a database. Alright, so I'll click on the database tab, and then I'm going to create a new database. Database names cannot contain spaces, so I'm just going to say sound dash of music. Alright, and that's it. Just hit create and your database shows up right there. As you can see, my database has been created. There are no tables currently in the database, but that is all fine. Now next, I need to have my web server point to the address where my project folders are located. So to find that, you just need to click on your MAMP, go to preferences, look at your ports. Alright, your Apache port is really where you want to point this to. I have set mine to the web and MySQL default, which is 80 and 3306. So I'll be pointing this to port 80, which is my Apache port. Alright, so you just need to verify that if you are unsure. So I'm just going to type in localhost and local host 80. And here is currently a list of folders that I have, or files that I will have in my htdocs. So you can see that it shows me exactly what I have in my htdocs directory. Alright, so to install concrete5, I need to click on that, and then I get an install concrete5 screen. I say American language, continue to installation. Alright, so here I have provided in a separate handouts the information that should go on the left side, but the information on the right side, sorry, the information on the left side is primarily your information. So I'm just going to call my site sound of music. Now this can include spaces. This is just a site name that will be displayed in on the web interface itself. My email address will also need to be put in here. You need to give it a password, and you need to make sure that you store this password properly because you're going to need it. And now for the server, my server is currently set to localhost, which means I'm currently developing locally on my computer. I'm not installing this on an actual web server yet. All right, everything is done locally, so my server is a local host. That is a fixed name that you have to use for that. And then the MySQL username, you can type in roots. Roots is basically just going to take off the primary user of the computer, which is admin. And then the password can also be roots. Again, all these can be found in the handouts that I provided. The database name, you just need to use the same name that you used for the database when you were creating it. So it says sound of music. Now I'm going to choose to install with an empty site because we're going to be building our own theme. If you choose to install a full site, you will get a theme included and everything, and you just have to, maybe that's kind of more for amateurs who just want to use pre-existing themes to build their website. But since we are professionals trying to build our own theme, we're just going to stick with an empty site at this point. All right, so we click install, and it should install in a few seconds. Alright, so now that install is done, I can click continue to site, and I get this welcome interface. Shows me how concrete5 works. There are a couple of videos and guides that can really guide you as to how this interface works. That is my editing toolbar, and basically this is all I need for now. So I just want to show you one quick thing before I end this video. If I go back into my Sound of Music database and I click on it, you're going to see that now I have all these tables loaded, which means that I've installed concrete5. concrete5 is using all these tables as information on how content is displayed and managed. Alright, so that's it. That's how you install concrete5. That's how you get started. Next video, I'm going to be talking about how to create your theme, converting your HTML into PHP templates, and then we'll take it from there. Alright, thank you.